Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that can completely transform the way you see your life, your dreams, and your destiny. Every great change, every incredible story of success, and every person who turned their life around didn't start with money, luck, or connections. It started with a mental shift. One single, powerful shift in the way they think, the way they see themselves, and the way they respond to life. Because the truth is, your mind is the most powerful weapon you will ever have. It can either build your world or destroy it. You see, most people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, the right time, the right opportunity. But what they don't realize is, the right time is created, not found. The right opportunity is built, not stumbled upon. You have to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself permission. Permission to be great. Permission to take risks. Permission to fail and get back up. Because success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who act again and again, even when no one believes in them. The difference between who you are and who you can be lies in the decisions you make every single day. Every thought, every choice, every action. They all shape the direction of your life. If you're tired of where you are, then change what you do. If you're tired of being overlooked, then outwork everyone. If you're tired of feeling stuck, then stop making excuses and start moving forward. You are one decision away from a completely different life. There's a moment in everyone's life when you realize no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dream. No one is going to push you when you don't feel like moving. You have to become your own motivation. You have to wake up every single morning and remind yourself why you started. Because when life hits hard and it will, only those who are driven from within will stand tall. You have to understand something. The mind is your battlefield. And if you lose the battle in your mind, you'll lose it in your life. Every day, your thoughts are shaping your reality. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll act like it. If you believe success is impossible, you'll stop trying. But if you believe you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable, then nothing can break you. You will find a way. That's the power of the mental shift. When you stop asking, "Can I?" and start saying, "I will." There's a story I want you to remember. The story of a man who failed hundreds of times before he built something that changed the world. Thomas Edison was asked how it felt to fail 1,000 times while trying to invent the light bulb. He replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." That is the mindset that creates greatness. Seeing failure not as an end, but as progress. Every setback is not a punishment. It's preparation. Every rejection is redirection. You see, your mind can make hell feel like heaven or heaven feel like hell, depending on how you use it. That's why the most important investment you can ever make is in your mindset. Because the moment you shift from a victim mindset to a victor mindset, everything changes. You stop blaming and start building. You stop doubting and start doing. You stop waiting and start winning. We live in a world that constantly tells you to play it safe, to stay comfortable, to follow the rules, to do what everyone else is doing. But let me ask you this. When does greatness ever come from comfort? Every extraordinary story began when someone stepped out of their comfort zone and said, "I'm not going to live like everyone else." Comfort is where dreams die. Challenge is where they come alive. Your future depends on how you respond to your present. You might not control everything that happens to you, but you do control how you respond to it. You can either use pain as your reason to quit or as your reason to rise. You can either let the world define you or you can define yourself. The choice is always yours. When you start to think differently, your actions change. When your actions change, your habits change. When your habits change, your results change. And when your results change, your life changes. But it all begins with that one mental shift, believing that you have control over your destiny. Because you do. You have always had it. You just forgot. It's not about where you come from. It's about where you decide to go. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you rise. The ones who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never give up. Every failure you experience is simply a chapter in your story, not the ending. So stop saying someday. Stop saying maybe later. Stop saying I'll start when I'm ready. You'll never feel ready. The perfect time doesn't exist. The only moment you have is now. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. The longer you wait, the further your dreams drift away. You don't have to be the smartest, the richest, or the most talented. You just have to be relentless. Relentless people don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. They don't listen to fear. They face it. They don't complain about the storm. They become the storm. Most people quit when things get hard because they think success should come easily. But real success comes when you push through the hard times, when you keep moving forward, even when everything in you wants to give up. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. You have to develop what I call the "I can't be broken" mindset. No matter what happens, no matter who doubts you, no matter how far you have to go, you tell yourself, "I'm not stopping until I get there." Because once you make that decision, the world starts to shift in your favor. You start attracting opportunities. You start meeting the right people. You start seeing possibilities that were always there but hidden behind your fears. The universe responds to your energy. When you move with purpose, when you move with belief, everything starts aligning. So if you want to rewrite your future, it starts today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You must reprogram your mind to see challenges as chances, not chains. You must train your mind to stay calm under chaos. You must learn to be your own cheerleader when no one is clapping for you. It's easy to have faith when everything's going right, but true strength is keeping faith when everything's falling apart. It's easy to smile when you're winning, but real character is smiling when you're struggling. Every trial, every pain, every tear, they're all building you into the person you're meant to become. Every great person you admire once stood exactly where you are, full of doubt, uncertainty, and fear. But they made a choice. They decided that their dreams were worth the struggle. They decided that pain would not be their prison. They made that one mental shift from I can't to I will. And that changed everything. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self. Confident, successful, unstoppable. That person is not some fantasy. That person is you, just waiting on the other side of fear. And the only thing standing in your way is your old mindset. When you stop seeing problems as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities, you become unstoppable. When you stop saying why me and start saying try me, your whole energy changes. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. You stop living by chance and start living by choice. There's a reason some people rise while others stay stuck. It's not luck. It's mindset. The ones who rise refuse to let circumstances define them. They take control. They adapt. They evolve. They don't say it's not fair. They say, I'll make it fair. Remember this. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it most. If you tell yourself you're weak, you'll act weak. If you tell yourself you're powerful, you'll act powerful. So feed your mind strength, not fear. Feed it hope, not doubt. Feed it discipline, not excuses. And never forget, discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going when motivation fades. Every successful person you see today didn't rely on feeling ready. They relied on showing up every day, no matter how they felt. You can have excuses or you can have results. You can't have both. Excuses will always sound better, but results will always feel better. The pain of discipline lasts for a moment, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Every dream demands a price. Effort, patience, sacrifice. You have to be willing to pay it. You have to be willing to grind when no one's watching. You have to believe when no one believes in you. Because one day, that belief will pay off. The people who succeed are not lucky. They're consistent. They do the work, they learn, they improve, they fail, and they try again. And every time they fall, they rise with more strength, more clarity, more hunger. That's what this one mental shift does. It teaches you to see yourself as the creator of your future, not the victim of your past. It teaches you to stop saying, life is happening to me, and start saying, life is happening for me. It reminds you that your story isn't over. It's just beginning.